Hey, how's it going? My name is Quadro Nkrumah. I'm a second year economics student here at Florida A&M. And in this video, I'll be pretty much teaching everybody how to draw the unit circle. It's pretty easy. In the unit circle, there's three things that you need to know. The first thing is the degree of the point that you're doing. You have a degree, you have a coordinate, and then you also have the radius. So the degree will be like 360 degrees. The coordinate for 360 degrees, since the 360 is on this side, the x will be 1, 0. The radian will be like 2 pi or 0 pi. And as far as the unit circle is concerned, the radius is always 1 for a unit circle. That's something that's, because it's a unit circle. So that's something that you just need to know. So like the radius for the unit circle will always be 1. So this will be 1 and this side will be 1 as well. So let's get to it. First of all, you got to draw a healthy circle, divide it into 4. And then you start off. The most important thing is the first 4 points of the circle. You need to like memorize that off top. First 4 points. So right here you have a 0 degrees. It's also known as 360 degrees. The radius for this side, the coordinates for this side is 1, 0, because the x coordinate is 1 and the y doesn't go anywhere, so that's 0. You need to know that you have a cosine and a sine. So the x is cosine, the y is sine. That's something that you need to know for calculus as well. And the three other coordinates on this side, you have 0 and -1. This side you have a -1, 0. On this side you have a 0 and a +1. One thing you need to know is that you just need to know like the first quadrant, second quadrant, third and fourth quadrant. You need to know the pretty much the polarity of it. So for this side, it's a positive and a positive. For this side, since the x is negative, it's a negative and a positive. For this side is a negative and a negative. For this side is a positive and a negative. And that will help you with the coordinates. Boom. When you're able to do the first part of it, you pretty much get it. It's like similar for the other quadrants after you do the first part, but we have to finish this first. So like I said, the three main things you need to know is the degree, the radians, and the coordinates. So for this part, we have the degree, which is 0 and 360. We have the coordinates, which is 1 and 0, and the radius for this side is 2 pi, or some people also say 0 pi. Just know that radius is always put in pi. So in order to, a good way to memorize the 3 points in the middle is that you add 30, 15, 15, and then you add another 30. So from 0 degrees, you go counterclockwise. You have 30 degrees, 45 degrees, and you have 60 degrees. And this right here is 90 degrees. So that's 30 plus 15 plus 15 plus 30. So that's pretty much set for the first part. You have the degrees. Now you go to the radians. The radians, you really have to memorize that as well, because that will help you finish everything else. This right here is pi over 2. You have pi over 3, pi over 4, and then you have pi over 6. And that's the radius. The coordinate points and this is a good way. I learned this from YouTube, and you can find a similar video. I'll probably put it in the link. You pretty much, it's the same for everything. So you go 1, 2, 3, then you go 1, 2, 3, and everything. All the coordinates are over 2. Everything is over 2. So you just put divided by 2, 2, 2. You square root everything but the ones. So you square root this but the ones. So you're done for the first quadrant, and everything else will be similar for the rest of the quadrants. So we'll go to this side. And with the same rule, 30, 15, 15, 30. So you will add 90 plus 30 will give you 120, I believe. Yes, 120. And then you add 15, 15, and 30. So 120, you get 135, you get 150. And then right here is 180 degrees. 180 degrees is also known as pi. So that's the degree, the radian, and the coordinate. So now that we're going to complete everything else for the rest. The coordinate, as far as the radian, you put pi over 3, pi over 4, pi over 6. You do the same thing for this side. So it will be pi over 3, pi over 4, pi over 6. But their numbers, they're going on top. So you put 2, 3, 5. And you just have to memorize that. But just know that the pi over 3, pi over 4 is the same for this side as well. The coordinates, you will write the same thing you did over here. The only thing that changes is the sign, the polarity of it, if it's negative or positive. So you have, I think this marker is drying up. You do the same thing. You go 1, 2, 3, and then you go 1, 2, 3. You do everything over 2. And then you square root everything but the 1. Square root everything but the 1. And then for this side, we know the x's are negative. So you just put negative on the cosine. Negative on the cosine. So now you're done with this side. Then we come to the bottom. For this side, as far as degrees, the rule is 30, 15, 15, 30. So you add 20, you have 210, 30, 15, 225, 30, 15, 15, 30. So this will be 240, and then you add another 30. This will be 270. These are the degrees. As far as the radians, you would do the same. You would do pi over 3, pi over 4, pi over 6, but you will go from this side. So you go pi over 3, pi over 4, pi over 6. But it's, instead of, you have to memorize that it's 4, 5, 7 for that side. So you memorize that. The coordinate points, you do the same thing, but you flip each side. You flip everything for the bottom part. So for the bottom, you will have 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1 over 2. Square with everything but the 2. Square with everything but the 1s. And when you look at the polarity, everything is negative. So you just negate everything. Now we have the degree, the radians, and the coordinate points. Then the last part of the circle, (30, 15, 15, 30). So this will be 300, 315, and 330 degrees. As far as the radius, you do the pi over 3, pi over 4, pi over 6, the same side. So we go pi over 3, pi over 4. 5, 7, 11. You just have to remember. You just have to memorize this. So 5, 7, 11. The coordinates will be the same, but you will flip the sides. So you have 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Everything over 2. Square root everything but the ones. And as far as the polarity is concerned, you put the negatives on the side. And yeah, so here's the unit circle, and it's done. You just review the unit circle, look at the video again, watch other videos on YouTube. I'm pretty sure somebody did it better than I did, but this is how you draw a unit circle. Thank you.